We are going to review multiplying fractions. There was 6/8 of a pizza left. I ate half of the remaining pizza. How much pizza did I eat? Okay, let me work through this one. So 6/8 of a pizza and I ate half of it. So when you see a problem like this, it means you're taking half of 6/8. And when you see that word of in math, that often means to multiply. So this means 1/2 times 6/8. And multiplying fractions is much easier than adding and subtracting fractions and mixed numbers. You simply put the fraction together. 1 times 6 is 6, and 2 times 8 is 16. This fraction can be simplified because I know that if I count by twos, I'll get to both 6 and 16. So I'm going to divide by 2, both numerator and denominator. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. So that means I ate 3/8 of the pizza. Okay, let's work on some more. What if instead of a fraction, though, what if it's a fraction and a mixed number? So I ate half of, let's say there was 1 5/8 of a pizza, and I ate half of that. Before you can multiply with mixed numbers, you have to change this to an improper fraction. We didn't have to do that with adding fractions, but we have to do it with multiplying fractions. So 1 5/8, remember you start with the denominator, you multiply it by the whole number, and then you add the numerator. Multiply and then add. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 5 is 13. Now you multiply straight across. 1 times 13 is 13, and 2 times 8 is 16. So 1/2 of 1 5/8 is 13/16. Let's try it with two mixed numbers. 1 1/2 times 2 3/4. Once again, you can't just say 1 times 2 to start with and get that as a whole number. That will not work, even though that's very tempting. You have to change them to improper fractions. So let's change 1 1/2 to an improper fraction. And let's change 2 3/4 to an improper fraction. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So you start with the bottom number, you multiply, and then you add. Multiply your numerators together. 3 times 11 is 33. 2 times 4 is 8. It can be simplified, but you could change that back to a mixed number. 8 goes into 33 4 times. That would be 32. You would have 1 left over. 4 1/8. Let's try some more practice problems. 4 2/3 multiplied by 1 1/2. First, let's change these to improper fractions. Next, let's multiply these together, and I might have to work this over on the side. Even though I've told you you don't have to change these to a mixed number, back to a mixed number, it is easier sometimes to simplify the fractions if they are smaller. So 6 goes into 42 exactly 7 times. So in this case, changing it to a mixed number, or the attempt to change it to a mixed number, actually saves us from doing some work. So the answer is exactly 7. One more. 5 1/3 times 7. 5 1/3 needs to be changed to an improper fraction. But how do you change 7 to an improper fraction? Anytime you have a whole number, you simply place it over 1. Multiply your numerators together, which may take a little bit of work. And multiply your denominators together. In this case, it's a little bit hard for me to think about what that mixed number would be, so I might have to do a long division problem. 112 divided by 3, because a fraction also means 112 over 3 also means 112 divided by 3. Then solve this. The remainder is 3, but I'm not going to write remainder 3. That means it's 1 left over out of 3. So the answer is 37 wholes with 1 left over out of 3. That's how you go from division to a mixed number.